Michelangelo had a 16 chapel, Bob Ross had happy little trees, and my next guest right now is one of the greatest illustrators of the 21st century, my longtime close personal friend, Dale Stephanos, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Dale, you do magic with pen and ink and all this other fun stuff out there. How'd you get your start in the world of illustrations?
Drawing kiss pictures for my friends in 7th grade.
Really?
Yep. Instead of doing homework, I would spend all night drawing the cover of Kiss Destroyer and go in and trade it for their finished homework assignments. And that was my first.
So we had a little, like a little Gene Simmons in you there with the marketing thing. You don't do your homework, I'll draw some Kiss memorabilia for you, and you do my homework for me. That's
right.
Smart thinking out there, Dale.
Yeah, well, you know, you got to be smart on your feet if you're going to make a living drawing pictures.
That is true. Unbelievable. Now, you have made it to the big time here. We're talking about Rolling Stone, Time, Newsweek, Sports Illustrated. The cover of Mad Magazine, huh?
Yes, yes.
Which one was that?
It was, I have the distinguished honor of, I think, being the only person to draw Alfred E. Newman naked peeing on a tree. It was for it was the Lord of the Rings parody.
You did that to Treebeard?
Yes, yeah, we peed on him, yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Now, what's your take on this? Aren't they trying to get rid of Mad Magazine?
It's up in the air. I think they've ceased regular publication, but they're going to continue with special editions. Nobody buys magazines anymore.
No one does buy magazines.
Kids these days, it's all about the phones, and I don't blame them.
What was your favorite magazine that you were in here, though? Which one?
Mad, for sure.
Was it Mad Magazine?
Yeah.
Were you a fan as a kid?
Oh, huge fan. That's I'd copy the pictures, and like to me, that was really the top of the mountain. Kind of a funny story. When I got that job, I had been trying to get work with them for years, and so I thought, oh, I have a great idea. I'll send the art director samples of my work in a red FedEx envelope that I just painted red, and it worked. He gave me a call. I had my very first cell phone, driving on 495 with my daughter, who was a baby at the time. Thank God she was asleep, and he was giving me the assignment, and I was getting excited, and I didn't realize how fast I was going. And next thing I know, I'm looking behind me, and the blue lights are.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Roscoe P. Coltrane.
Yeah. Roscoe pulled me over. Is that Boss Hogg, Roscoe P?
No, Boss Hogg was the boss on Dukes of Hazzard.
Right.
Roscoe P. Coltrane was the dim-witted sheriff.
Yeah.
Could you think I love it?
So anyway, I went through the whole process of getting a ticket and conducting business seamlessly with both. Thanked the officer, thanked the art director, and got the Mad Magazine cover job.
Did you send the ticket to Mad Magazine and let them pay for it?
No, but I did. I did tell him about it later, and we had a good laugh about it.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Now, the U.S. Postal Service, did you actually make a stamp?
I'm in the process of making a stamp.
Can you let the cat out of the bag of what it is?
Sure, nobody watches this. Actually, I don't know if I can.
But you're a freelance illustrator, and I know that before you got into the illustrations, music was a huge part of your life.
Yes.
And obviously in the pictures that we see on the screen right now, John Lennon, David Bowie, Prince, and Aretha Franklin, just some of the music icons that you have painted out there.
Yeah, as I've gotten older, my tastes have gotten better. I was heavily into the Boston music scene in the 80s, in a few hair metal bands. I had hair that was almost as good as yours.
You know who actually, my inspiration for this hair? You know Charlie Farron?
I saw him on this show.
Yeah, we have the same hairstyle.
Yeah.
So basically, this is my ode to Charlie Farron, if you're out there, you know, whatever. But what about Boston, the group Boston? Did you draw anything of them? Because Brad Delp's been on this program.
I saw that. No, but I grew up in Swampscott, and we used to, what was the middle school at the time was right next to Barry Goodro's house.
Okay.
And we would hear somebody rehearsing when we were out at recess. And when you rehearse, you play, and then you stop, and then you play, and then you stop. So being ignorant kids, we thought, these guys are awful. They don't even know how to play their own songs. But it's pretty cool thinking back, you know, Boston is playing right there.
Well, they were a rock and roll band.
Yeah.
Now, you know who, Swampscott for a second, you know what famous fictional character grew up in Swampscott, Massachusetts?
No.
Carol Brady on the Brady Bunch.
Oh my God, that's right.
She mentioned that when Cindy had the lisp on the episode.
Yeah. I love that episode. Yeah.
Well, wasn't it? It was awesome. But she said, wait a minute. I said, I know, that's right around the corner from us.
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
the big thing was what we saw was the Aretha Franklin painting.
Wait a minute.
Sorry.
This is sort of Johnny Bravo, this suit.
The Ace Muchacho?
Yeah.
Johnny Bravo? What, because I
Yeah.
fit the suit?
Yeah, that's the only reason you got this gig.
Back to the Aretha Franklin thing. Now, you do like breakfast doodles I see on your Instagram.
Yes, yeah.
Now, when you get an idea, you sit there and you draw it in a pencil first, right?
Yeah.
And then when you make the grand finale, you know, the big painting and whatnot, how does that process actually happen? Do you have to redraw it again, or do you scan the doodle in and you work off of that?
First, you do little thumbnails that are unintelligible to anybody, if it's for an actual job. Get a bunch of ideas, and then do a more finished sketch, little doodle from there. And if that's good, I'll just scan it and blow it up and transfer it. But most of the time, you have to actually sort of redraw it, because your first drawing is not very good.
Right, it's the first
anyway.
draft.
Yeah,
Like
it's right. It's like writing. Generally, for the bigger paintings, that I should mention that I have a hall at Jordan's in Reading. I like stuff like that. I can promote something. This is
Go
awesome.
right ahead, look into the camera,
Yeah.
promote it to the world.
Yeah. I have a wall of just before the IMAX theater at Jordan's in Reading are a bunch of really nice prints of my
Are they for
print.
sale?
Oh yeah, for sale. You can order. You can't get them at the store, but you can get them on my website.
Which
you can
is
see them there.
DaleStephanos.com, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Good luck with the spelling.
It's easy. It's right on the screen.
Oh, okay,
We can
okay.
take a reader right
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Dale, I got a
uh-oh.
question for you.
What's
Good, at last.
Like, what other rock and roll Hall of Fame do you print up?
Like who are my favorite? Like that I've painted?
Correct.
Oh boy, all of them I think. John Lee Hooker and Howlin' Wolf and like a lot of the old blues guys. Keith Richards.
Did you ever do Freddie Boom Boom Cannon?
No, you a Boom Boom fan?
Freddie was born and raised in Revere, Massachusetts.
Oh, I love Revere.
Yep.
You're going to say
Yeah.
Freddie Boom Boom Washington from Welcome Back Home to knowing you. But we have, one of the things that I was impressed with, is looking on your website, was the 27 Club guitar.
Oh yeah.
Give us the 411 on the 27 Club, for those people out there who don't know what the 27 Club is.
Well, that's the 27 Club is the unfortunate club of the people who were very talented and then died when they were 27. You know, Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Kurt Cobain, Brian Jones, Robert Johnson, and that was a nice little surprise. Ernie Bach Jr. Has his charity Music Drives Us, and his people called me and asked me if I would be willing to participate in a public art project. It was a bunch of Les Paul shaped guitars that they were putting around town in Norwood. It came together pretty quickly, and I was worried about, what am I going to do? And then I thought, I've always wanted to do this 27 Club thing, so that was a really great opportunity to do that. And then we had an auction afterwards at his Ferrari dealership, so it made me feel like a big deal hanging around the Ferraris with the rich people.
Did Tom Selleck show up?
No.
He didn't.
No,
Oh,
he
that's too
didn't.
bad.
You're an awesome TV guy, right?
I am. Thank you very much for
yeah.
that. Unbelievable. Now, one thing I was looking at all your work on there, you like to do profiles and all that other good stuff. Have you ever thought about doing movie posters like Drew Struzan?
Wow, look at you with the acumen. Very good. I would love to. That's really gone out of style. It's all
It is gone out of style.
Yeah, it's all Photoshop, and they really don't do the hand-painted covers anymore.
Because when I
would
was a
love to.
kid, instead of going to the Louvre, my art gallery was a movie theater lobby. I mean,
Same here.
you had all the great movie posters, and
Yep.
I had them all over the penthouse when I was a kid out in Vegas and whatnot.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
they
yeah.
they are history.
Yeah. That would be my favorite. My favorite thing was the Sunday Globe, the movie section. They had the full-page color
Sure.
Drew Struzan posters for every movie. They were really exciting to look at. Star Wars, Indiana Jones.
Back to the Future.
Yeah, Back to the Future. So between that and the comics and Paul Zepp's editorial cartoons in the op-ed section, I was just in heaven with
Now,
that
before I
Sunday
let you
paper.
go, I want to have you commission a drawing for this show.
Okay.
I think, it has to be immortalized in history, and there's only one person alive that can do that, and that's you.
I'm in.
You're going to do it, huh?
I'm going to do it.
It's going to be fantastic. And you'll have to come back and have the debut worldwide when you do it.
We'll unveil it.
It's going to, unveil.
Yes,
That's the big word. I like that.
yes,
Unveil.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
One more time, give a big plug for your website out there.
DaleStephanos.com. And you can see actual work at Jordan's Furniture in Reading.
Unbelievable. The greatest illustrator of all time.
All time.
My
All
longtime close personal friend, the one and the only Dale Stephanos, ladies and gentlemen.